Okay, I want you to think about something for a second. Have you ever considered sunlight to be, well, a drug? And I don't mean that as a metaphor. I mean a powerful chemical compound that you take every single day. A drug that literally controls your genes, sets your body's master clock, and can even regulate your blood pressure. We're going to dive into the incredible science behind this free, powerful, everyday prescription. Just try to wrap your head around that. A single particle of light travels 93 million miles through the absolute emptiness of space. It's moving at 186,000 miles per second. Now, from its point of view, the journey is instantaneous. But for one specific molecule in your skin, which has been waiting for this exact particle, the arrival of that one photon changes everything. It breaks a single chemical bond. And that one tiny microscopic event, it kicks off a biological cascade that's going to ripple through your entire body, from your bones all the way to your brain.
Now here's the crazy part. We used to know this. I mean, not the physics of it, but our biology is built for this. The problem is, our modern lives have basically declared war on our own biology. We've forgotten some really fundamental wisdom. Come on, you've heard this a million times, right? From your mom, your grandmother. Turns out, she wasn't just nagging you. She was handing you a prescription that's been proven effective over thousands of years of human observation. And now, we're going to unpack the actual science behind what she knew all along.
So, here's the core issue. The big problem of our time, really. Most of us are living in what you could call a photon deficit. We've moved our entire lives indoors, into houses, cars, offices, and our bodies are, quite literally, starving for the light they were designed to thrive on.
All right, let's start with the first and probably most famous mechanism, your skin. It's not just a wrapper to keep your insides in, it's an incredibly sophisticated pharmaceutical factory. And its main raw material, you guessed it, sunlight.
So here's how this factory works. A photon of UVB light, that little particle we talked about, zips down and smacks into a form of cholesterol in your skin. The photon's energy snaps a chemical bond, changing the molecule's shape. Then, over the next day or so, your own body heat, plus a little help from your liver and kidneys, transforms it into its final, powerful form, an active hormone that goes on to control how more than 200 of your genes get expressed. It's just mind-blowing, all from one photon.
And you know, the efficiency of this process is just stunning. A typical vitamin D pill you might buy has maybe 1,000 international units, but just 15 minutes of midday sun on your arms and face, your skin can churn out 10 to 20,000 units. It's not even a fair fight. Your skin is this incredibly powerful, self-regulating factory.
But of course, this factory faces some challenges. If you live up north, the winter sun is just too weak. The angle's all wrong for production. If you have darker skin, your natural melanin is fantastic at protecting you, but it also blocks the UVB you need for this process, so you need more exposure time. And if you're over 65 or, just work in an office all day, you're probably not getting the raw materials your factory desperately needs to run.
Okay, so let's move on to the second major system that sunlight commands. And this one has absolutely nothing to do with vitamin D. This is all about light entering your eyes and setting your body's master clock for the day. Think about the light in your office or your living room right now. On average, it's about 500 lux. That's the signal, that's the baseline our bodies are getting pretty much all day long. And here is the problem in a nutshell. Step outside, even on a pretty cloudy day, and the light intensity is over 50,000 lux. We're not talking about a small difference here. We are talking about orders of magnitude. Our brains are calibrated for a powerful outdoor signal that we basically never give them anymore. So you have these special cells in your eyes, separate from your normal vision, that send a direct signal to this tiny little spot in your brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, or SCN. That's it. That's your master clock. It's what tells you when to be awake, when to feel alert, and when to get sleepy. But here's the catch. It needs that strong, bright signal from morning light to stay on schedule. And without that bright morning light, this whole biochemical pipeline just falls apart. See, that light signal is the trigger for your brain to produce serotonin. That's the neurotransmitter that makes you feel good and alert. Then, later at night, your brain converts that very same serotonin into melatonin, the hormone of sleep. So it's simple. Low light during the day means low serotonin. Low serotonin means low melatonin at night. And low melatonin means, well, you're not sleeping well. It's one long, continuous process. All right, now for our third mechanism. And this one might be the most surprising of all. It's a benefit that works through your skin, but has nothing to do with vitamin D. And it has a direct impact on your heart and your arteries. So get this, your skin stores huge amounts of a chemical called nitric oxide. When UVA sunlight, a different wavelength, hits your skin, it breaks the bonds that are holding this gas in storage. That nitric oxide is then released directly into your bloodstream. And what does it do? It tells your arteries to relax, which increases blood flow and directly lowers your blood pressure. Amazing, right?
So let's go back to your grandmother one more time. When she told you to go get some sun to get some color in your cheeks, she was literally scientifically describing this exact process. That color is the visible effect of increased blood flow from your arteries relaxing. She just saw the result. It just took science a few extra decades to figure out the crazy photochemistry behind it.
Okay, so I know what you're probably thinking right about now. This all sounds fantastic, but what about skin cancer? And that is absolutely the right question to be asking. We have to be honest and talk about the trade-off here.
See, the very same UVB photon that kicks off that incredible, life-giving vitamin D cascade, well, it can also damage your DNA. Now, your skin has these amazing, super efficient repair crews that are constantly fixing this kind of damage. But that repair capacity isn't infinite, and it does decline as we get older.
So, the whole game is about finding the perfect dose, the sweet spot. And the research all seems to point to a remarkably simple and clear number. For most people, about 15 minutes of midday sun on their arms and face is enough to get almost all of the amazing benefits while staying well within the skin's daily ability to clean up any damage.
And just think about what that 15 minutes buys you. We're talking stronger bones and muscles, a more robust immune system. It resets your sleep clock, it boosts your mood, it lowers your blood pressure. For older adults, this is huge. It even reduces the risk of falling, because it strengthens both the bones that could break and the muscles that prevent the fall in the first place. It's an incredible return on investment.
And this brings us right back to where we started. Every single piece of advice your grandmother gave you, go outside, get some sun. You'll catch a cold if you stay cooped up inside. It maps perfectly onto one of these photochemical mechanisms that science has spent decades proving. She didn't need to know about nitric oxide. She could just see the results. She was right.
So as we wrap this up, right now as you're listening to this, a particle of light that left the surface of the sun just over 8 minutes ago is arriving on Earth. Your body has these amazing factories in your skin and these precision clocks in your brain, and they are just waiting for that one particle. The only real question left is, are you going to let it in?